Senator Tillis, it is my pleasure to welcome you, the junior senator from North Carolina, who is joining us today as one of the proud founding members of the bipartisan Senate Whistleblower Protection Caucus. Senator Tillis comes to the Senate from a long career in private sector as a top-level executive. He was elected to the North Carolina House of Representatives in 2006 and served as Speaker of the House there from 2011 to 2014. He was elected to the Senate last November. Thom Tillis is a member of 5 committees: Armed Services, Veteran Affairs, Judiciary, Agriculture, Senate Select Committee on Aging, and Forestry. Please join me in welcoming Senator Tillis.
Thanks, everybody. I don't like long introductions, so when he said I'd like to introduce Thom Tillis, that's why I got up. That was good enough for me, because this is really about you all. I am very proud to be one of the founding members of the Whistleblower Caucus. Sometimes I think we should come up with a different name than whistleblower. That's what you did, stood up and have yourself recognized, but we should really talk about the important outcome that results from the courage of many people to say, hey, this isn't right. That at the end of the day, we work for various organizations within government, but they're where you work. Your ultimate boss is the American citizen. And when you do what you do, you're playing a very, very vital role in making government more accountable. And it's, to me, one of the most important things anyone can do in their job. So I appreciate it. I think, as a first line of defense, I come from the private sector, and I haven't been in politics very long. About 9 years ago, I was the president of a public school, high school PTA. And I worked a lot in the business sector. And in consulting, when you went into an organization that was having problems, the first thing you would do is find people that have the same kind of mindset that a whistleblower has. This just isn't working, or this isn't right. This isn't the most efficient way to do things. It's not the most appropriate way to do things. That's how we actually went into organizations and took organizations that may have been good organizations to great organizations. That's how we, as a federal government, need to look at the enormous resource that people on the ground can provide to us. Not an adversary, but really an advocate for doing right things and doing things right. So your work is very important. I want to point out, a couple of things that are important to me. I think many of you know that in the Veterans Administration, we have our challenges. There are some people over there that are working hard, but we clearly have our challenges. And who can't agree that we have to do more for our veterans? The whistleblowing activities over in the VA have made a big difference. I just want to make sure I point it to a couple of areas. You know about the scheduling. You know about the delays. You know about some of the issues with overprescription of pain medications. All these kinds of things, many of them bubbled up through the process through a whistleblower. And you can literally say that in those cases, you save lives. And we want to make sure that we encourage that. I, for one, want to make sure that you all know that my office is always open. You may even be at a point to where, we know we're trying to work on the structure. I, for one, don't think that it's appropriate to only have about 9 people you can actually legitimately go to. We've got a lot of things that we have to do to make this culture one where managers hold you up as a role model when you bring something to their attention that you think is wrong. So we've got to do a lot of things structurally to make it easier and more likely that more people will step up and have the courage to do it. At the same time, we need to make absolutely certain that we have your back when you do it. And those are the sorts of things that I know that Senator Grassley is committed to, and there's certainly things that I'm committed to. And I do believe in this particular area that there's bipartisan support for it, and that's the way it should be. This is about doing the right thing and supporting those who do it. So as you move forward, I want to make sure that we build a relationship. You've got the formal process that you have to go through. But as you move forward, I also want you to know that I'd like my office to establish a relationship with you and many like you, to feel comfortable that you can call my office and have have discussions that help you go through this process and other future opportunities for folks to step up. Because with you, we'll be in a much better position to start addressing a lot of the problems that are out there. But I want to make sure that you know that I want to be there to support you and make sure that you can feel safe and secure. When you have the courage to step up, then you have these constant opportunities to be nervous. You know, did you make the right decision? You sleep at and going, you know, is your career, is your family at risk here? When you have those moments of insecurity, then contact the members of the Senate, contact me, and know that I'll be there to help you. And I appreciate you all being here today. I'm sorry we've got a vote that I never realized how much control I had over my life until I came in the U.S. Senate. Because now I just kind of got to go do what they tell me to do, so I've got to go over and vote. I've got a floor speech a little bit later on. I wish I could stick around and have lunch, but just know that I'm there to support you. Know that your ideas on protections, the things that we can do to foster a greater environment of openness are all things that I'm absolutely committed to. And thanks again for your service. God bless.